Don't matter, be your own kind of beautiful. Keep your head up, it don't matter, don't be discouraged. It don't matter, let the world know that it don't matter, be your own kind of beautiful. Cause he is so beautiful, plus size is so wonderful. Being thick has benefits, I'm not your ordinary cheek. I've got a lot of love to share with little short and nappy hair. Taking time to let you know I'm my own kind of beautiful. So think it's sexy girl, don't just be ashamed. You're so beautiful.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Jamilla J. Be your own kind of beautiful. Wow, I'm excited, Chuck. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Excited to be here. I'm always, interested in seeing what we'll put it like interested in hearing what I'm going to hear from you ladies on Jamilla J's Girls Talk. So I definitely appreciate you having me on here because I learn something every time I get on the show. So thank you for having me.
So cool, so cool. Why you all dressed up today? You got your
Well,
hat,
I
looking
did it,
good.
like you have models on here all the time. You have beautiful women.
Mhm.
And they come on here made up with makeup on. I come on here with the baseball cap on and, the
Oh,
shirt.
wow.
So I figure, you know what? If I'm going to represent, Jamilla J's Girl Talk, I'm representing the fellas, I need to come on here and look happy. I don't think the baseball cap and t-shirt is cool too, but I figured I spiced up a little bit. You know what I mean? So every time
You
I
look
come on,
very,
every time I come on here, I'll make sure I have something on that's appropriate for the
you
situation.
look
So.
very handsome.
Thank you. I appreciate
We
it.
appreciate you. We appreciate you, hooking it get some eye candy for the ladies, right?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I try to be, we'll see what happens.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Jamilla, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Welcome to the show. Before we get into our conversation, I always like to check in with Chuck and the guests and how you doing. How are you coping with this pandemic? Let me start with you because you're part of the Feel Good family.
I'm coping well. Instead of me using it as a way to just sit in the house and do nothing, I got really active because what's crazy is I dropped a movie in the midst of a pandemic. I dropped a book in the midst of a pandemic, and I
Wow.
just won a contest in a pandemic, and I'm still working. So I didn't let it stop me. I just kind of created a new avenue for myself on the virtual world instead of in person.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, so cool. And what about your health? What are you doing to stay healthy? Because you look pretty healthy.
I still go outside and take my walks. I still meditate. I do some yoga sometimes. My kids keep me young. I got two of them. They 9 and 10. So
Oh, yeah.
I better stay
Oh,
young
yeah.
messing with them. They like to play. I run around with them and, just enjoy life with them as well. So they keep me
Yeah.
young.
Cool, cool. And how are you doing, Chuck?
Oh, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a workout guru now. So that's all I do, it seems like. It's really nothing else to do. So that's what I do now. A lot of working out and just taking my supplements, making sure I'm okay out there, and just trying to get through it. So hopefully, everything run over smooth. But they're closing down some states and stuff of that nature. So hopefully we get through this sooner than later. But again, I'm coping, and as well as Shana, it actually. And I'm glad to see that, people are, getting a lot of positive also out of the pandemic because there's so much negative that you could talk about. But at the same time, it did slow a lot of people down so that they could sit back and really think and analyze their situation and try to, get themselves together or whatever they didn't have right in their life. They try to get it right. So again, it's been great to me. Like I said, it's unfortunate it had to take out some people. And I know some people that were taken out because of the COVID. But on the other hand, it also, if you didn't sit back and try to reinvent yourself or, get something out of it, which I did. And, I'm just thankful for that. But again, I mean, I wish it would go back to normal. It would be nice. But, again, in the pandemic, I met some great people during the pandemic. So, I definitely appreciate that. So again, it's been great to me. So I can't complain.
Yeah. Great. I just want to, every week, I just say, keep your immune system healthy. Mm-hmm. And, the vaccination is coming out, and that's something else we're going to have to contemplate on whether or not it's good for us. But I'm just trying to stay under the radar with this whole pandemic and just, drink a lot of water, drink my alkaline water, do my smoothies, vitamins, and just, stay healthy. Mm-hmm. And I think, if we can implement this in our life during the pandemic, like the workout, Chuck, and when it's over with, we can just keep moving forward.
Right.
And we're going to be good.
You want to make it a culture, because after you make it a habit, it becomes a culture. So you eventually continue to do it. So again, I've been at it since May. So it's been good to me, and it's like a habit. I have to get out there and do something. I can't just sit in the house. So
yeah. Well, great. Now back to our special guest. I saw one of your videos on Feel Good Talk, and you were talking about behind the mask and how we all wear masks. And I know you have a book out pertaining to that subject too. So that's why I really wanted to talk to you, especially as models and actors and people in the entertainment business. We have masks. I know we have masks, but now with social media, everybody has a mask, So with that said, where were you born, Shana? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was originally born in Cross, South Carolina. I have a BA in sociology. I have a life coaching certificate, and I wrote 2 books now, actually. So I'm a 2-time author. I actually just won the Global Face of African for Fashion for Peace World 2021. And I have 2 beautiful daughters. I'm a big advocate for domestic violence and a big advocate for chronic illness. And I just love helping people and loving to be able to help people to unmask themselves and just love who they are behind it.
Cool. Where do you live now?
I live in Troy, New York.
Okay. Cool.
Now I asked you this question before, but how was that transition from South Carolina to New York?
Yeah, really.
It was interesting because 1, in South Carolina, we didn't get snow the way we do up here. And then 2, it's not as crowded, but it was more needed for me to be here to be able to move around, because I wasn't one that liked to stay in the house, and my mom didn't have a car. Right. So it gave me more of an independency instead of having depending on people. So I was able to move around and just make this home.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. I know some people out in Troy, New York too. So shout out to Troy, New York.
So tell us about your first book. I don't know if you have it with you. You can show us your book.
Okay. It's always there. Yeah. It's the first. And that one is a book of poetry and spoken words that I put together for people to love all the imperfections despite of what they're dealing on a day-to-day basis. Like with that book, it was more, I was going through my domestic violence pain, and I was going through the factors that I had 3 chronic illnesses. So I was wearing a mask for a little while. And I had to understand that behind those masks, I wasn't happy. I was dealing with depression. I was dealing with anxiety. I was dealing with the factors that I went through, being judged, being embarrassed. So why not take the poetry that helped me unveil my masses and get comfortable in my own skin, put it together for people to just love all the imperfections despite of what they're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, and I have your book. I loved it right here.
Oh wow!
I got a copy. I got the new one too. It's upstairs though, so I can't get it right now. But again, interesting reads. I love it. Definitely inspirational, and you are definitely inspiration to a lot of people. And I see it just through the work. And for those that don't know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. But Shana does a segment here on Feel Good Talk called "Words from the Heart" by Shana Gourdine. I say your name wrong.
Okay.
By Shana. And I see a lot of people responding and reacting, to the type of, you're either doing some poetry or you're just giving some words of advice. And it definitely helps with a lot of people because I see the reactions that they give, and they definitely touched by some of the words and some of the inspiration that you do give. So definitely we appreciate it over here. Definitely. So
I appreciate being on there every Tuesday and Thursday. It's a good thing to be able to give people the motivation and, just help them out of the dark place that they are in sometimes. Because some people don't know how to get unstuck.
Exactly. And that's true. That's very true. Hey, we got some people out there. They loving you already. And they said, what's up? Hashtag Feel Good Talk. What's going on, Sky, darling?
Hey, Sky.
Always there for us. Thank you, Sky. She's always in the building. We definitely appreciate you. Definitely.
Yes.
Back to you, Jamilla. I just have to say
that. That's okay. So you talked about, the mask that you wore. Can you talk about society's mask? Do you see it?
Well, definitely you see it because a lot of people come out with a different face. Like a lot of people, they could be going through actually what I've been through, like domestic violence, or they might be dealing with a chronic illness, or they might just be dealing with life itself from their past. And, they put that face on and smile behind it. But honestly, there's another face that they hide from people that they just don't talk about. And, a lot of times that's where the mental health sets in it as well. And a lot of us don't tend to even want to go fix that because we think we just okay if we put it in the closet and let it go.
Yeah. And a lot of people self-medicate too because of that mask that you, or that persona that you have to portray to the world.
Yeah, absolutely. They turn to drugs, alcohol. Some people use sex. It's just all different things they tend to turn to just heal that, try to heal the pain that they're hiding.
Yeah.
Right. And I know you use poetry, and I know you use writing to help through your pain and your process of healing at the time. So how's everything going as far as life in general now? Is everything great as far as the illnesses that you had and stuff of that nature?
It's going, every day it's definitely a task to get up and move around, but I don't allow that to stop me. Like right now, I'm actually in the process of not even being on my medication because I have surgery that I'm supposed to be getting. I was supposed to have it this Friday, but they had to reschedule because of COVID. So, I manage it. I learned to, manage it by even just doing different things to not mentally always think about it, because chronic illness is definitely not a fun thing to do. And I wake up in pain and I go to sleep in pain. So I try to just not think about it and just think of positive things I could do for anybody else and myself, just not dwell on it. I'm not one of those persons that sit and want to whine all day like, oh my God, I'm in pain. At the end of the day, I'm still going to be in pain after I whine. So why not just do something to help and make myself motivated and help somebody else motivated? So me taking my poems, or me making a video, or me just throwing some words up on the post that could just help somebody else makes me feel even better.
Awesome.
Why do you think it's important for you to be that voice to help others and to, soothe this energy, this negative energy when it, when we have it, why is it important for you to be that person?
It is because I felt, as you take your journey and you transfer from being in one situation and you've gone and gotten your growth and you realize what your purpose is and you see the reaction that you get from it. And it's not about money. It's about how you make people feel. And the interactions that I get, people tell me that, I don't know why, but I was drawn to you. So the energy that I was, invested in me, and, I feel that vessel is for me to be able to speak out for people that can't speak for themselves. I say the things that people want to say and can't say, or I fight for the things that people want to talk about but too scared to open their mouth about. And at one point, I was that quiet, shy girl, but as I transformed and I went through my different testimonies, I'm here to be a spokesperson for factors that I went through domestic violence, but I didn't stay there. I do have 3 chronic illnesses, but I don't let that control my life. So why not speak out for the people that can't speak for themselves?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Go ahead, Jamil. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I know you thought I was going to say something now.
Yeah, I did. So talk about the mask and social media. And it's leading to, I think the mask, we look at people, we think they have a perfect life, and it's a mask. But then other people look like, well, why I don't look like her, or why I'm not living this life, and it's leading to depression and different mental illnesses. Talk about that.
I can definitely say, as far as the social media, you see a lot of people portray that they have it all together. Like, they give you the money, the cars, and all the things. And deep down inside, when you look in the true picture, they're still struggling. They might be living home with mommy. They might not even have a place to live. But they want to portray the society that got it all together. You see, people are so comfortable with sitting in society to make it, keeping up with the Joneses, or trying to make it perfect, instead of just taking off that mask and actually being the real you. And like, I have a quote that I always say on my shirt: in order to be the true you, you have to unmask yourself. You have to learn to get uncomfortable to be comfortable, to then be successful. A lot of people is afraid to getting uncomfortable and actually really seeing deep down inside who they are. So they rather put a face on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media it is, and make their friends think they got all this goodness going on when there's really a whole lot of mess sitting behind it.
And that's true. And you said the perfect thing too, as far as in order to, like you said, be great, you have to stay uncomfortable, and in order to, live, like you just said, what you just said, I always say that. So again, that's definitely an awesome quote. And if your dreams and don't scare you, they're not big enough. So always And also got something too from the audience. We got William Dickerson, my partner. He says, I use music and feel good talk. Hello.
Hey, William.
What's up, Chuck B? What's going on, baby? We was hanging out there, baby. We had a good time, man. That's my man right there, man. 50 grand. We also have Sky Darling. You have a strong spirit, my sister, and God bless.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And then she gave you a little angel above your head.
Thank you.
And Will says Facebook definitely allows fake people to be noticed. And that's you see a lot of people, you already know their history, you know what's going on. And a lot of people also have, want people to, it's just crazy because I see it all the time. And again, it has to stop eventually. Hopefully it will stop. So
hopefully.
But, yeah. So
I think as long as people can get away with it, they will. Right. And for me, Facebook and social media is business.
Yeah,
I don't use it personally at all, because my personal business is my personal business.
Absolutely.
And if you want to do a business page, do business, and if you want to do like a personal page, that should be totally separate. And that's the first things I tell models, is to make a business page, because I don't want to see your kids. They're cute, but I don't want to see them. I don't want to see food. I want to throw up sometimes when I see food on people's pages. I just want to see you. Huh?
I like food, though. I like food.
I like food, but some of that food is disgusting. I mean, like, eat that, Well, there's food pages, there's food pages with recipes, but I mean, when you're doing business, I just want to see you. I want to see you. I want to see your pictures. I want to see your product. I don't care about your cousin that had an affair with your boyfriend, and I don't want to be a part of that. So I think as we go along, the unmasking will happen.
And we got some people out there that really responded to that question about social media. Dorothy Carter says people will allow social media to rule their lives, especially they put their business out there. That's definitely true. Sheena Gibson says, I want to see positivity. Hey, Sheena, that's what you hear at Feel Good Talk and Choice TV, and also, Jamilla J's. Everybody, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to see everyone in a different light. You understand what I'm saying? In a positive light, put it like that. Then William comes back and he says, talk heavy, ladies. So he's on y'all page with y'all. So again, we got people out there feeling the conversation and definitely, agreeing with what you ladies are saying, definitely.
So what is the unmasking process? Then we'll go on to your next book. But this mask thing got me hooked,
Well,
Yeah.
everybody has to do their own, as far as soul searching. The way I took my mask off is I took the levels of finding my happiness first. I had to go inside instead of working from outside to inside or working inside to outside. And
Right.
I literally stood in the mirror and I had to have a conversation with myself and understand what was my flaws that I didn't really wanted people to accept. And I had to be the one to accept it first. So I had to love who I was and loved what was going on inside of me before I could allow anybody else back in my peaceful space. And
Right.
it's like, you take the steps of finding your happiness, dating yourself, learning what is the true you. Because a lot of us don't know who our true insides are because we've been faking it for so long. We've been holding on to trying to fit into society instead of making our own lane. We've been trying to basically compete with people instead of just creating a lane, staying your lane, and do whatever's best for you to make you happy and you successful. So my steps were learning myself and being inside of me and learning my goals of what I wanted to do and what I needed to do for myself. So that's what took the steps as far as finding my happiness, understanding myself, learning my self-worth, learning to love me, and learning what I wanted to do as far as being purposeful in my life for other people as well, as far as trying to change society, because there's a lot of things that need to be changed and a lot of things, and it takes a village to do it. So one step at a time, one day at a time.
Yeah. Yes. And we got Dorothy Carter says, yes, speak it. So, definitely. And that's true too, because I'm telling you, sometimes, like I said, some people get it. They get it. I got to change, see what's inside and change what's inside of me and make myself happy, because no one makes you happy. So you have to make you find out what's wrong with you first in order to be, to make yourself happy. And I keep sometimes it takes maturity too. A lot of times, just growing up, but then you do see a lot of grown folk out here that's really grown and still, like you said, miserable and living this life that they're really a fake life, put it like that. And then we got we got Sky Darling. She said, I use social media platforms for promotions and open opportunities for all. I delete negative users. I don't have time for hating, side hating, and universal hating. We have a choice. Stay tuned to have a positive experience on Choice TV. All right. Definitely appreciate you, guys. She likes to plug a lot of stuff in. I appreciate she's something.
What about mental health counseling, and did you get any counseling or go to a psychiatrist or anything like that?
I still see my psychiatrist. Listen, absolutely. I still see my psychiatrist now. Honestly, I took the steps with that because I had to do it as far as with my pain levels and with my mental health wise. Because when I was dealing with the fact is, I have fibromyalgia, which is chronic nerve pain. Then I have ankylosing spondylitis, arthritis in my spine. It goes to the rest of my joints like rheumatoid arthritis. And then I have polycystic kidney disease. Everything that I'm carrying it has no cure. So that in itself can be a mental thing to someone that was healthy and had no issues. So I had to go deal with that part first because it was uncomfortable to find all these things out about myself. As having all these conditions and still being a single mom and still trying to be able to handle a household position as taking care of them. My major thing that I first found out when I found out about position, my problem was what's going to happen to my kids if something happened to me. So then I had to stop worrying about that part and learning how to live with what I had to deal with the cards that I was dealt. And when I started dealing with my depression for dealing with domestic violence and PTSD because I got stalked and anxiety, I went and had those conversations and figured out the tools to help me with all that because I had triggers. When I got attacked, every time I seen the person that had on the same thing that my attacker did, I would get anxiety because it reminded me of the situation. Or I was in a house and I remember my stalker tried to come through my window. So every time I have to feel like I lock on my window. So these are things I had to go get treated so I can live a normal life. I didn't want to go outside by myself because I felt that somebody was always going to either pop up on me, be around me, or just an uncomfortable feeling. I had to go to therapy in order to become back to my normal self, to be able to come and do the things that I do now. Because before, I wasn't able to go outside by myself. I was nervous every time I went outside. I would lock all my doors. I would be nervous just to be in my house, and I needed peace. So I had to go rectify my mind and get comfortable in my own skin and learn
Yeah.
how to live a normal life with my new normalcy instead of my old normalcy.
Right.
So I had to learn new tools and new things to be a better version of who I am now. And part of my healing process is being able to heal others and talk them through the situations that I've been through to get them to understand. I understand where you've been and I understand where you're trying to go. So, here's what I've done. You can create your own tools to then be a better version of yourself.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's important too. That therapy, man, that's very, very important.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes, due to certain, unfortunate circumstances, they either can't afford the therapy or they just, deny the therapy. I know a lot of times people deny it because they say, I don't need nobody telling me, how to do this and how to do that, and then they try to cure it themselves. And again, that's definitely important. And I noticed it, like, especially in the African American community, it's hard like that when you talk therapy. Like I guess there's a thing where they just don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? They just rather block it out and just keep it moving. So again, I commend you for that because it takes strength to just say I need therapy. You understand what I'm saying? And seek it out and then to lay all your problems out to the stranger that you don't even know, and have him or her tell you exactly what you need to do. But again, it is definitely important. So
it is. I tell a lot of people to find somebody that you feel you can relate to when it comes to therapy. Right. If you feel that you can build a bond with them, then that's what makes it a lot easier.
Exactly. And we got another comment on here we would like to get up for you. And we got Scott Dusty. Thank you for helping others and not being a selfish soul.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So definitely thank you for that. And again, like you said, when you're helping other people, you're actually helping yourself too, because it's therapy. You know what I mean? You're actually, helping yourself. So that's a great thing. So
yeah, you did the hard work, and it's tough to look in the mirror and say, this is who I am, this is what I'm going through. You did the hard work, and I think a lot of people don't want to do that. They would rather turn up, drink, smoke, whatever to cope with those pains. But man, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. I don't know. I don't know. Your birthday is one day after mine. It's like, oh, that's why I want to talk to her. So we got to stick together. Tell us a little bit about your second book.
Okay, my second book, that's my new baby now, which is called Broken Past. Now with this book, it's a spinoff of the first book, but it's a lot more in depth and it's a lot more detail to it, and it's a lot more going on. With that book, I gave pieces of baggage, insecurities, different topics of, fear, people embracing themselves, and I also gave them opportunity to where in this book they can do the work. I have it to where you question. You can do the work in yourself without me being there. I'm giving you some of the information, and then I'm giving you questions to answer to yourself after reading what I've talked about. I've gave space for people to journal. I've gave space for people to I gave positive quotes in there. Because then this is the time for people to start breaking off these masks that they've been hiding behind. Because a lot of times when you continue to just hold that face, it's like, all right, you're still just going through the motions. You're still just sitting in that comfortable mess. Eventually, you're going to get tired of sitting in that mess, and you're going to get tired of being tired. So it's like a way to just help people to break pieces of just being tired and being ready to become a better version of themselves and just really understand who they truly and really are. And just understand in your soul and who you really are is a better place than to just be sitting on top of a mess, and going into all these different relationships, jobs, etc., friendships. All it is just piling on. So I'm just teaching people how to learn to let go, how to get in tune with themselves, and to really be their mind, body, and soul, to honestly be there and not just be just functioning in the here and now, and just not just floating with society, to actually be true to themselves.
Wow, that's a great point too. Like a lot of people do take a lot of baggages back to relationships and wonder why they don't work. I know of a few relationships that people that I know that they keep attracting the same people, and it's like it's like, well, you keep trying to say people is not the people, it's you. So it must be something that you're doing or something that you are attracted to in order to get to these types of people. You know what I mean? And it seems like, you know, I mean, some people, I mean, I'm not saying any names, but I know an individual that, you know, like I said, keeps getting these individuals that are very, like, I guess, got strong personalities where they take advantage and like just ruling. And it's like, man, you gotta figure this out. But you know what I'm saying? What's going on? So again, you know, I'm gonna have to get another book so I can give some of these people, because I know a couple people that could definitely use it. You know, and just look at the you know, stuff that you put in there, because you also have a work page in there too, like a little workbook situation where you write down things. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, yep.
And see what it is, a lot of people end up with the same people, the same cycle, because they don't change their mindset. Mindset changes totally different things too. While you're doing the work to change your mind as well, you're going to continue with the same cycle. In order to change something, you have to change your mindset. You got to change the way you think. You got to change the people you're around. Everybody ain't deserving to go with you or to eat at your table. You know, we try to bring people with us, but somebody ain't, you know, everybody's not meant to be there. You know, people are there for certain cycles. And you just got to learn who's positively and who's meant to be in that peaceful space with y'all. You know, everybody have a box, and everybody has another box that people fit in. So, you know, you have to just understand your worth, your self-worth, your love, and who deserves to be around you, and not just be around everybody, because everybody does deserve to eat.
Right. And that's very true. That's very true. You know, because a lot of times, you know, it could be a distraction. You know, you could think as a positive, you know, that person or individual you bring over or talk to is a, you know, actually is more so a distraction than anything. You understand what I'm saying? And that energy that you get from that person can mess up everything. So while that negative energy is blocking your positive energy, you're gonna miss a lot of your blessings in the process. You know what I mean? And that's important. Like you said, align yourself with the proper people and the people that either think like you or have that positive energy influence that you know, can also boost you when you need it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a definite must. So we got another question. We got another comment out here. And Scott Darling again, she says, Shana, you're an amazing woman of our tribe. And that's what a queen does, bring guidance, leadership, and unconditional love.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That was good.
You know, thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. Appreciate those comments.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give, let's say, a younger person going through a situation, you know, because I know it's easier said than done. It's easier to tell somebody, but what kind of advice would you give? Let's say a young lady's going through a situation and she's being abused by, you know, her boyfriend. What type of advice could you give her, or would you give her?
The first advice,
it could be a man too. It could be a man too, because I know we'll say man and woman that's going through an abusive relationship. What advice would you give them?
One advice I would definitely tell them is, you know, don't stay because of fear. And a lot of times I can't tell them what to do. Right. I can only share, you know, because a lot of times a lot of people have to be ready to actually leave a relationship. Because if they still feel they're still in love and they feel still they need to be there financially, they're not going to go anywhere. So I can only share my experience and tell her and give her numbers that she can call, give her places that she may be able to go, and just give her the confidence to understand that she has to love herself first and know her worth, know what she deserves. You know, the hashtag that I use now is, you know, you deserve to be healed, because a lot of times hurt people. And if she's still hurt and she still feels self-less and she don't feel her worth, she's going to continue to be there. So all I can do is continue to pour into her to where she's strong enough to be able to move out of the situation she's in, and tell her she's not there alone. Tell her or him that, you know, there's places out there that can help you. You just got to be ready and willing to take it and do the work.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, awesome. So how do you come up with your thesis for your books? I know it's pretty much from your own personal experience, but you got to put everything together. You know, that's pretty hard. You know, for me it is, but I mean, I know it's why are you laughing? It's personal experience, but then you got to put all that into a book. Is it God telling you? I mean, you know, gotta be more than you know.
the words be poured into me. It's crazy. I can be sitting in the bed, and matter of fact, like the video that we had, one night I was sitting in the bed, and the words just came to me, and this is what the vision I seen to be able to motivate someone. So I just put it together. It can be an experience I might have had. Instead of me like being angry and yelling, be stressed about it, I write how I feel, and then I give in a version of what you can do while you're in that feeling. So I talk to people from my point of view, but I also give them a version of where, if it was their point of view, what would you do? I ask questions for people to think about the situation and give them time to think about it. So a lot of my, work when it comes to this book, I put myself in their place as well. And if I was talking to myself as someone else, how would I deliver the message? So a lot of times it's about how can I be a vessel to be able to pour into somebody to then deliver them without putting my feelings into it and just giving them a purpose to want to be better.
Awesome, yeah. And I think was that the video that I do have? Is that the one that came to you at night? Okay, we'll tell you what, since I do have it available, we could play that so they know exactly what we're talking about. And here it is right here.
I know that it was hard for you to get out the bed after sleep. I know it was hard to put a smile on your face after the pain. Remember, do not let that stop you. Remember, you have to keep going. Life is not always sweet with lollipops, but you have to keep going. Remember, you got this. We have bumps in the roads, but we don't have to let it stop us where we're going or where we're supposed to be. Just remember, you will get through this. It is always love, peace, and happiness on this journey.
Wow. All right, there it is. And that was the vision she saw. So again, thank you for that. Like I said, I've seen it and I love the video. I had to definitely download that and keep it. You know what I mean? So appreciate you.
Wow. Now I can go put it on my YouTube.
Not yet.
I saved it.
Where can they get that video?
Okay.
I'm about to post it on my YouTube, so they can always follow me on my YouTube, which is the lady behind the mask is on my YouTube. I can actually share the link on this post so they can find it as well. I usually either post it on my YouTube. I tend to post it on my Chena author page. I also post it on my Instagram, which is Testimony for Life. That's pretty much what I do. I try to find a way to impact everybody, every day, because it could be that need to hear a message. And that's what I've been getting. Like every time I've either did a video or I did a talk or I've said something, they'll always be like, I would feel like you've been talking to me, or you knew I was going through this moment, or so I keep going because there's somebody that out there that needed to hear it, and I'm doing something that they needed to hear. So it's like, even when I don't feel like I want to do it, I know in general somebody needs it, so I have to do it because that's a purpose and a vessel for me. It's given to me to be delivered, so I have to deliver it so they can get that positive energy.
Awesome. And now we got Dorothy Carter. She said the best counselor is the ones who experience what you've been through, not a book. And that's definitely true. And Lakia Milburn says, hey, Chuck and hi, ladies. What's going on?
Hey.
And she also said, I love your accomplishments.
Yeah.
You do have a lot of accomplishments. You recently just became a certified life coach. You want to talk about that?
Absolutely. Yes. I did that because a lot of times I was having people that always ask me, they was like, how do you keep a smile on your face after dealing with everything you deal with? And, I've had a lot of people came to me, how do you go through tragedy after, how do you become happy after your tragedy? So I felt that it was needed for me to add that to my certificate wall, because I've been getting emails and text messages, or I'll have people after they see me with the book and we have a conversation. So why not be able to help people more with more knowledge and, just educate myself more on a couple of things. And, I have a sociology degree, so I've been working with people and how people feel and behavior for a long time. So why not just add it to the rest of, certifications, even though I do it kind of naturally from the life coaching and because I kind of give my own life experience.
Right. And you know that, yeah, it all falls hand in hand, like you just said, you know what I mean? Because, you know, coaching, that could be all aspects of life, not just, every day, as far as how to do this and how to do that. It's everyday life skills in general. So that's awesome. I appreciate it. And also, I don't know how to, you won what is that? The African, you let them know what it was.
It's called the Global African Fashion for Peace World 2020, which it was a beauty and humanitarian contest that I won, which the lady, her name is Hope. She's out in Nigeria, and her major thing is about peace and bringing a lot of things to her African Fashion for Peace. And with that title, I have a lot of work to do, as far as bringing peace and awareness to unity and love, and being able to focus on a lot of things worldwide instead of just on a US thing, more of a global platform.
Yeah, let me ask you now. How did you hook up with that? Because if she's out of Nigeria, you said Nigeria, right? How did you hook that? How did you get in contact
It was
with
a
her?
virtual contest. Actually, one of my friends actually posted it on Facebook, and I seen it. And one thing about me, I'm all about stepping into uncomfortable zone. So it's like, why not? So I did it, and the Lord sees fit that I won the title to do more of a global scale of what I do now anyway. Pretty much on my platform, I advocate for unity, peace, and love. I advocate for domestic violence, chronic illness, and for people to just self-love, self-worth, and all those things above. So why not just take to be able to and be able to get more more awareness out there about stopping the violence, stopping domestic violence, and everything else that comes with the unity, peace, and love world.
Now I seen some of the pictures; they were beautiful. I love, I should have had some pictures on here to show.
Yeah,
they were awesome. But what I'll do is I'll put some throughout the website. Let them see it. So they are awesome. They're beautiful pictures. So I'll definitely start posting some. That's yep, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would love to see those pictures. Is that one that was on the cover for the show, Chuck? Was that one?
Yeah.
The one that
yeah.
That actually, that was the picture I used that I entered, actually.
Yeah, it was because yep, that was one. Yep. And yeah, I've been seeing you on to have you got a lot of pictures out there that are really nice too. So I'm definitely going to display those for you, definitely, because
yeah, that was my birthday. That was it was, when you go through a transformation, it's like you need a different growth. Like, and that for my photo shoot, I needed a different growth, and I was looking into a different side of me. So, definitely, it was awesome. I love that shoot that I did with that.
Yeah, what's that?
Yep.
So, what motivates you? I mean, like on your worst day, you don't want to get out of bed, you're in pain. What motivates you?
I could definitely say one of my songs is if I hate it by Marvin Sapp, or I have a quote for myself in my first book called Power, and it says that I'm powerful and I am peace. And everything that's positive, I am. So I take my own quotes and motivate myself. Or my kids, I have to get up and get them up in the morning anyway. So I pretty much, when I wake up, I'm like, all right, Sheena, I give myself a talk. Like, you might be in pain right now, but somebody else got it worse than you. So I always humble myself that somebody else probably has it worse than me and can't get out of bed.
Right.
I sit there and I give thanks to God for waking me up, for gracefully open my, my eyes, and I use it to say, you know what, I gotta get up and I gotta get motivated. Even if it's just to put a positive quote on there, because at the same time, I know I might need one. I use the quote that I might need for myself and post it on my page, but somebody else might have needed to hear it as well, to then share it. And then, I have this other song that I listen to that her name is what is her name? I can't remember right now, but it's called Keep On Pushing. So that is like my wake up song that I listen to right now, called Keep On Pushing. And that's a great song to wake up to every morning. And it tells me to keep pushing, regardless on if it's hard, if it's a busy, one of those days. I gotta keep pushing, and I use the song. I listen to it. I play it every morning. down to the fact that my kids know words. So, you know, I use it as my motivation that I gotta get up and keep pushing.
Yeah.
So do you do positive affirmations also? Do you have affirmations you do, throughout the day?
Yeah. Well, I post some on my page, but I also do my own. Like I have this affirmation book I read myself that my mom gave me. So it's like 365 days, and then I have the daily bread that comes to my inbox every day. So I have that I read as well. And then I have a affirmation that comes to my phone every day that I read. So
Oh, wow.
so I use my affirmations. I use or homework, or I back and just kind of think of if I couldn't do these functions, where would I be? So I may as well use them because there's no. So my words to myself is okay. So you gotta come on, you gotta get up, you gotta keep going. Because if you don't use it, you can lose it. So let's appreciate the fact that we have this and we can use it. So let's go.
Okay, cool. Hey, now let me ask you a question. You doing so much, right? What do you do in your spare time or fun time? Like
My fun time. Well, I like to cook. Me and the kids will cook. Like we'll cook some cupcakes or some cookies. I play games with them. My other spare time, my wife, I might watch Netflix. I love taking a walk by the water. We have like a waterfront out here in Troy, so I'll go to the waterfront. It's cold now, but I'll go and watch the water. The water is very peaceful. Or other than that, I sit back and I listen to some music. Like, music and dance is kind of a groove thing. It gets you moving. So I sit in the house and I be in here with kids, we just be here jamming. My kids is my life. We just be in here and I the best party.
There you go. Those are the best parties. Right at home, just chilling, cooking, baking cookies or something.
Uh,
Yeah, we do got some comments out there. Yeah, definitely. And we got some more comments out here. We had Sky Darling, and she said Jamilla J. Choice and Charles Blakely. These shows always the week. Finally, I feel good, and I have a choice that's hashtag being beautiful me.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you, definitely. And Dorothy Carter says they need someone like you to go to junior high and high school to speak on important topics. They need social skills classes before they graduate from high school. That is definitely true. This should be added towards their diploma. Definitely.
It should.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Izzy meditates. She says, "What's up?" She gives a little
Izzy.
Oh, Izzy.
Wow.
So they loving you out there, as they should. You know what I'm saying? And we love you here at Feel Good Talk. So, and Choice TV. So again, thanks for sharing that, man. It's awesome. Being transparent here, it's awesome. So,
yeah. What words of advice would you give to the millennials and maybe even high school students that are living in this fictitious fake? Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, especially now, especially now.
I start with my kids, and the first thing I actually tell them is to be yourself. Don't ever be a follower, be a leader. And I always tell them to stand for what you feel that they deserve and respect yourself so that everybody else can respect you. That's the first thing I tell my kids as far as them being 9 and 10. They're soon be going to middle school. So I give them that they shouldn't always follow the crowd. They should follow what they feel is right. Now, with the older kids, I know peer pressure is hard, but the first thing you need to understand is knowing who you are and knowledge is power. Power comes from inside. Don't depend on somebody else to give you the power. Know that you hold and you are guaranteed to do anything you put your mind to. And you always stay strong and stay focused and continue into your lane to thrive through the goodness.
There you go. That's awesome. Awesome advice. And they definitely need to talking to, because like you said, there's a lot of peer pressure. There's a lot of, I think it's at all-time high now. I mean, we had peer pressure when we were coming up, but I think it's even worse now. Like, because society portray, everything now is all about, sex and drugs and money, and it's just sad. But again, you know, we definitely need those talks, those positive talks to the kids, and get them realigned again, because it's definitely time, because this last generation is kind of is out of control right now. You know what I mean? So, you know, again, you know, definitely these talks are definitely needed. I mean, I remember I was coming up, we used to get talking to all the time by our parents, you know, and I used to hate the talks my dad used to get to me, because it would be an hour and a half, 2 hours, just with, I'm like, God, and he was like, sit down, y'all sit down, I got to talk to y'all, blah, and he would just go. We were sitting there like, oh man, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm glad I had those talks, because a lot of the quotes that he said to me and a lot of things that he taught me, you know, made me the person who I am today. So I definitely appreciate that. You know, as well as my grandfather, my grandma, like my family, they just love to talk and tell you what you should, you know, how you should be doing this and what you should be. And that, and like I said, I appreciate those talks. Now I know you sit back and think about, man, if I didn't have those talks, you know, what would I be? And then I you know, from that point, you know, I did the same thing with my kids. You know, I would give them a big spewing, and we was talking. They be sitting in a room like with their heads all down, you know, and I'm just going at them, you know, telling them, you know, this and that. So again, we definitely need that back in our lives, as far as, you know, these kids now, because it's definitely missing. It's definitely missing. So it
is. A lot of kids are actually teaching themselves how to grow up instead of the parents, because there's a lot of parents I see, some of them are still trying to be their kid's friend. I tell my kids all the time, I love you and I am your friend, but I'm not that kind of friend. I'm the parent. You know, I will always have your back and I will always be there, but I'm not your friend. I'm your friend, but not your friend.
Right. And that's true too, because like I think that's another problem. We have parents that, you know, you'll hear them say, you know, I'm gonna give them something that I never had, which is always nonsense out there, materialistic. You know, it's like I didn't have, you know, 89 pairs of sneakers, so I'm gonna give them, you know, 99 pairs, whatever. And you know, a lot of that, you know, comes from that. You know, like just not having those conversations with these kids, and it's sad that they want to be their friends. You know, I see that a lot now, because a lot of the parents are younger, and so I guess they feel as though, you know, I'm gonna let my child express herself or herself the way she wants to, and really, reality, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, you can express yourself, but it's a youthful way of expressing yourself, and there's a grown-up way of expressing yourself. When you start saying, you know, as far as, you know, I want to treat, that's my friend, and no, that's not. You got to treat them as your children. They have to learn from you. You know what I mean? Because friends, you know, you're all on the same level, and that's not the case with the kids. You know what I mean? So again, we got to get back to that old-fashioned. You know, hey, you know, I'm the parent.
Listen, I'm telling my kids all the time, spare the Rogers for your child. Listen, I'm from the country. You had to go outside and get your own stick from outside to get that beat.
Yes.
Same here. I used to get my switch.
But you know, but I think the world has changed so much since we were kids, and these millennials, if you do sit down and talk with them, but do they listen? And they have so much stuff coming at them from the world, from social media, from their peers, from the rappers, from the videos. They got this iPod, you know, in their ears, and it's just so much for them to, like you said, Chuck, your parents sat down and had a conversation with you, but it's like it's just the world has changed so much. You know, you know, my daughter, she's 22, and it's just hard to get a grasp on her mentality, because she has so much stuff coming at her, you know. And it's hard, you know. And then you can't hit kids. You can't hit them, you know. I'll call the police on you. Well, you and the police can leave my house, you know. You go with the police after you get beat down, because you can't stay here. So you go with the police. You call them, and they take you wherever you need to go. But they, you know, they throw that at you. You know, seriously.
You know what, Jamilla, that came out, like my kids were coming up, and they told me, I remember
they do.
They said, Dad, you know, I was in school today, and they said, if you hit me, I can call 911. I said, well, after I beat you, you call 911. That way I ain't got to take care of you no more. I ain't got to feed you no more. Go ahead. Oh, no, I was just saying, because they were saying that, you know. I said, okay, well, again, if you feel as though, you know, you want to call them, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ain't got that way. I take care of you no more. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly. Yeah. They try to bluff you.
Yeah. But nowadays it's like that because of the fact that you know, if you touch your kids again, like you can get locked up for that, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we used to get our behinds whipped, and you know, we're still here, so it did something.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
They don't fear their parents anymore, and that's not good.
No.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Right. They don't fear well, as a matter of fact. I'm gonna just be honest with you. So it's rough out there. But we got some comments on here. I'm gonna leave everybody out. We got let's see. Oh, here we go, right here. Dorothy, she comes back with something. She says, I tell my students that all the time.
Yeah.
Love yourself and be proud of yourself.
Yes.
Exactly. And then Sky Dolan says, have you thought about doing inspirational cupcakes with key words, for example, be positive? Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's all good idea. It's like we'll call it a fortune. You call it a fortune.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was thinking. Yeah. A fortune cupcake.
There you go. And, she says, Shana, have you? Oh, she did. Okay, it must be a double. Okay, that's a double question there.
Yeah.
And Dorothy Carter says, these kids got too much influence from outside the house, TV, music, and social media. And that's true. And she says, speak it, y'all. So she's definitely doing it. But, you know, like I said, you're right. Society has changed big time. We didn't have social media. You know what I mean? We didn't have cell phones. And it's sad because these kids have cell phones in school, all that crazy stuff. Like, I understand the pressure because, you know, it's always, you know, they're always trying to follow, like you said, trying to follow what they think is normal. Because, you know, like I said, that's all they talk about now. It's like I said, sex, drugs, and money. That's it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But, you know, that's society now. And again, like I said, being as though like these parents are younger and they're trying to be these kids' friends, of course, now social media runs them and also, you know, the society in general instead of the parents.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And my kids don't even be on social media. They don't have Facebook. They don't have Snapchat. They don't have Twitter. They ain't on YouTube. I don't
blame you. I mean, it's not good. You know what I mean? It's sad because even on my social media stuff pops up. I'm like, what the hell? You know, what is this? You know what I mean? So you gotta be very careful with the social media, man. And they're getting trickier too. They're taking your faces and putting them on other profiles, and you're thinking, oh, that's the man. And next thing you know, somebody's in your account doing whatever.
Doing other stuff.
You gotta be careful out there. We got another comment here. Sky Darling says they are setting up our kids to get in trouble later on, and that's true. That's why you see more prisons being built, and that's definitely true. They got to have somewhere to put in those prisons, and we had beepers.
Yes.
Words in it, and you put the numbers.
Yeah, that beeper.
Yeah, I remember those days.
But beepers, you know, you had to get a phone to, you know, dial a beeper. You know, back in the day, you know, now they got these cell phones, they can do whatever. You look at, like you said, be on the social media and everything. Back then, you had to be somewhere near a phone in order to, you know, get the beeper to work.
But then you also use numbers that you used to spell out certain words too. So
the code words.
Yep.
I forgot all about that. All right. Cool.
Yep. Listen, I remember.
We got him out there laughing too. Sky Darling, she's out there laughing. So what's
do your kids have cell phones? Oh, go ahead, Chuck.
No, go ahead.
I was just wondering if your kids had cell phones.
Nope, they do not. I don't. They're 9 and 10. They don't listen. I'm home 24/7. They don't need one. Nope. When they gotta go to school, I drop them. When they get off the bus, I'm right here.
There you go. That's good because like I said,
like I've seen incidents where things to where it's popped up and it's too grown for them to see, or they've been so no. I'm good, and I mean I've had to have conversations ahead of time because of other conversations that they might have heard from somewhere else. So nope, I'm good. Because I remember just my daughter being in second grade, and she had a friend of hers that told her she should get pregnant at 16. Mind you, why are y'all in second grade talking about somebody having a baby? So that's already enough. So no, they don't need no phone. They ain't got nobody.
They don't.
They mama right here use the house phone. They will call their grandma.
I got to put this one up here. Absolutely, number comes up. You have to run to the phone with your coins.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Those were the
Or
days.
you can find a payphone, you know, if you're in the
You
street.
know?
But you know what though? The crazy part is it was very efficient because it seemed like when you beat, they would call you right back half the time. You know what I mean? Unless
Yeah.
like you said, you had to find something. So,
Yeah.
oh man, that's crazy. Oh, that's so
See,
funny.
the
So,
kids don't have back in the days when they could just go outside, jump rope. You know, I
right,
remember
right,
you know the good
right.
old days. I remember
Yeah.
jumping the ditch,
Shit,
going to run around.
you had to call
climbing
me
trees.
in the house. You ain't lying. Only time we came in the house when you had to eat lunch, and that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
After that, we
When the
back out.
street lights came on, you had
Oh
to
yeah,
get in the
right.
house.
Exactly. You gotta be home for the street lights get on. You're gonna be in trouble. Absolutely.
Yes.
Exactly. So
I
what's
have a 6-year-old student that has a phone, and I'm saying, why do you need a phone? You know,
yeah,
and it's
Yeah.
like a pacifier so that he
Mhm.
can play video games
Mhm.
instead of studying, and
It's- mhm.
it's too much. And then 6 years old, like you said, what will pop up on that phone? You
right,
know,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
who you
Absolutely.
calling anyway?
Hey,
You
Yeah.
know,
you got people
You
out
know,
here falling out.
I'm sorry. He's in the first grade, so
Mm,
maybe 7.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
and you got a phone.
I don't
You know,
understand why he would need a phone. So I was just curious if your kids had a
yeah.
phone.
No, that's too
No,
young. I mean,
It
I would,
really
it is.
is.
yeah, I would say once they get in maybe high school. I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah.
then, but right now, no. And like with them, I try to keep them off electronics as much as possible because a lot of people they give
Mhm.
kids electronics so they won't bother.
Right.
Well,
Exactly. It's a
I got
babysitter.
board
It's the new babysitter.
Hmm.
games. Me and my kids, we play board games. We got Sorry, Trouble, Monopoly. I play
Yeah,
Uno
I
with
love
them.
board
You
games.
know, and
Yeah.
then them two together, I tell them use the imagination because at first they had a tablet till they broke it, and then they used to always be on it. I used to always tell them, y'all
Hmm.
have each other. Use your mind. Use your imagination.
Mhm.
Get cool. You know, play. Different things other than wanting to be on the
Yeah.
electronic.
Yeah.
I told them use their imagination. Go draw pictures. Draw me a picture and tell me something.
Hmm.
I
Mhm.
want them to use their imagination before they use it because if they feel that all they have to do is just sit in front of a computer, they're not going to use their brain. I want them to use their brain.
Exactly.
Use it for
Yes. Yeah.
And that's definitely true because when we were coming up, we
Mhm.
had all kinds of stuff going on. We had to make up stuff and play different crazy games and think
like
of
tag, free,
Yeah.
red light, green light.
all kinds of yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. Hey, so what's
I
what's
even
next?
put hand games with my girls.
Say it again. You did what?
I can play the hand games with my girls because back in the days where we used to play the hand games in school.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
do that with them too.
Crooked letter I. What is that?
Yeah, all that stuff. Slides. Yep, Miss Mary Max.
I forgot. Man, y'all, they used to do that when I was in elementary school out there, clapping and doing all these little chants and stuff like that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy. And we sit there like trying to impress them, run by them all fast. Look at me, I'm gonna run.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So, you know, it was fun. It was fun growing up.
Yeah.
So what's up
Yeah.
next for you, Shana? I mean, you're doing everything out there. So what's up next for you? What you got planned next?
Well, it's always some things on the works. Book 3 I'm working on now, not coming out no time soon, but book 3 is in the works. I already know what I want the cover to look like. I already know what I want it to be. I might possibly maybe drop a movie eventually soon, not knowing when. Because
Okay.
why not? Once I finish this trilogy, that's another goal on my list. Once I finish this trilogy, why not take it and make it into a movie or a play?
Right.
So just give people a visual of honestly what I kind of been through without just the words. They can actually see it.
Okay.
Other projects, I am having I'm having my book release launch party in January on the 16th, which is going to be virtual on Zoom.
Okay.
Also, I will be coming out with a collab of other poets. Will be in January. We got together and we created a poetry book, so that will be out in January as
Okay.
well.
That's awesome.
As always, I'm working with and collabing with a few people doing different like domestic violence forums and doing different little forums and pop-ups. Like I have one actually next week, which is called My Past Didn't Bury Me. And it's 7 panelists of beautiful women of souls that's going to tell how they past didn't bury them and how they basically exceeded to be where they are now. And it's crazy because how that actually came up is because I put a post on the on Facebook, and it said that my past doesn't hold any ties anymore. I don't live there anymore. So a lady hit me up and she's like, yo, let's do a forum on that. I really like what you're saying. It needs to be said to the world. So we created a panel of 7 women that's going to talk about how they passed and buried them next Wednesday at 7.
Okay, awesome. That's great. And I just like to throw this out there. You know, that way I can kill some of the work that you have to do. If you need an actor, you know, that want to act on it, I'm right here. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I could play anyone. I'm versatile. You know, I'm very versatile. I can play, you know, the bad guy. I can play the guy that saved the woman from the dude, you know, that made him and beat him up. You know, whatever you need me to do. You know, I'm here. So
I will keep you on the casting roster.
Right, that's one less character you gotta look at. So, you know,
I will keep that in mind.
Hey, you know what I forgot to do too, and I can't do that. I forgot to play our sponsor today, which is the A Game. So I definitely got to play their commercial so they can let you know who they are. And here they are, the A Game. So let's get that on.
This is A Game, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then bring your A game. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And there you have it, the A Game. And I know a lot of women are asking when they're going to have the women's version out. It'll be out soon. So definitely keep your ears open. And like I said, it's good for your libido, strength, energy, and also your immune system as well. So, you know, this is probably a great thing to use right now because of your immune system. So definitely check it out. Some good stuff. Give me a call, 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836 for your free sample of the A Game. Once you try this A Game, you'll definitely be knocking down my door. Trust me on that one. So, all right, back to the show. What's going on?
So, Shana, we're getting ready to wind up our hour. And I mean, you really have inspired us. You have enlightened us, and you have definitely educated us and entertained us.
Mm-hmm.
How can we get your books, and how can we, you know, reach out to you if we need, you know, some words of encouragement? Because right now, you know, we really do. We really need that encouragement, that good vibe you carry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first place you can find my books are at Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. They're on all platforms. Both are on all platforms. They're both and also are on they're on the Kindle, and they're available for print. My platforms, you can find me at Instagram, which is Testimony for Life, which is testimony_4 life. On Facebook is Shana Gourdine, author. Shana Gourdine is my personal page, or you can find me at Shana Master Motivation, or you can find me on the Author Network panel. You can find me on my other podcast, which is called The Rundown TV Show, and you can also find me on Feel Good Talk, because I'm sure if they send you an email, I'll get it. And you can find me, which is on my website, which is www.theladybehindthemask.com, and you can find me on Twitter at W_Gourdine at Twitter.
Awesome. I was trying to type all that, but my fingers.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It is a lot. And then also, if y'all looking for some jewelry, I do sell paparazzi as well.
That's right. That's right.
Whoa.
She does it all. I told you.
Yes.
Life right should make you look right when you're walking out right.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, you'll be all right.
Hey,
I love
paparazzi.
It does. They do have some nice men's accessories. You know, I like the leather chains and the leather necklaces and the leather bands that you wear, wristbands and stuff. So definitely love that.
And for $5, you can't go bad.
Can't go wrong. Exactly. Yeah, indeed.
What would the last words? We'll give you the last word before we close out. I mean, you gave us a lot, so give us a last little nugget.
One thing I will tell everybody, it is the holiday season, so make sure y'all cherish the moments right now. Take the time out to cherish your family and cherish, the love that you have for yourself and them. Don't let those precious moments, be lost because you're too concerned about the wrong things. And also make sure you focus on self. Self is definitely a great focus point. And it's not wrong to be selfless. Don't be selfish. So, there's a difference in the two. Be ready to be the best version of yourself. And in order to be great, you got to get uncomfortable to be comfortable to then be successful.
There you go. Awesome. Hey, I had a great time today. It's always a pleasure. We see each other all the time, so that's cool. You've been on the podcast about 3 times now. So, and I see you every Tuesday and Thursday. So,
Tuesday and Thursday. Sure does.
So, and if those that don't know, every Tuesday and Thursday, she's on Feel Good Talk, and she does a segment called Words from the Heart. So definitely check her out. She definitely get your day going. And like I said before, and I said earlier, she definitely touches a lot of people because of the comments that we see underneath of the post. So definitely check her out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
So, there's always a great time here at Jamilla J's Girl Talk. I had a great time today.
Yes.
Jamilla.
What's that? Say it again.
I said we're rocking the same hair, Jamilla.
Yeah. Y'all got me feeling like I need to put some hair up under hair, let it drape that.
We would love for you to come back. Because I think your conversation was very important. And I think, in terms of people that are in the public eye, it's a lot going on behind that persona. And that's why I wanted you to come on in the first place. But I will definitely invite you back.
I'll be honest with you anytime.
Yeah, I love it. I learned a lot. You see, I'm quiet. I'm listening. I learned a lot.
Definitely learned.
I love it. I appreciate it. I take the time out when I'm able to grace people with the knowledge that I know, and I'm also willing to learn as well. So, I take in and I absorb, and then, I'll be ready to dish out. Because a lot of times people don't feel that they, can learn anything from people, and I'm an open book. I'm ready to listen to learn, to then learn to grow some more. So I'm all for it.
Me too.
Right. That's right. Same here. Appreciate
I have to say one thing before I let you go. Anybody ever tell you look like Mary J?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
All the time? Yeah.
Yes.
Just a little heavier. Is she one of her sisters? It's like, looking at her like.
I've heard that a lot, especially like my hair is short, and when I have my short cut and I have my head, I think she had my hair maybe red or blonde. It was like they used to call me Mary J. So I've heard
like her.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. You know what? She does.
She's my favorite. I love Mary J. It's like you have the same spirit as her. Yeah, you have the same spirit. Yeah,
definitely.
That's all I used to listen to when I was younger.
Yeah, okay. Just like, and you sound like her.
She does. I was going to say that too. You do sound like her.
Maybe I picked up her trick growing up. Who knows?
Yeah, hey, because she does sing about a lot of pain. You know what I'm saying?
She does.
Yeah,
she's real.
A lot of pain. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, but
she dropped her mask. And it is what it is. I love her. Yeah. I have to say that before we left. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. No,
that reminds me of the song "Take Me as I Am." That's one of my
Yeah. Yeah.
Ray J,
no more drama.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'd like to thank everybody, man. We had an awesome audience today, man. Thanks for everybody for definitely tuning in. And if you hadn't done it already, please go like Feel Good Talk on Facebook, also on Instagram, LinkedIn. Matter of fact, let me put it up here so I can see, because I can't, I'm getting over little sniffles. I just want y'all to know that. So if I seem a little, not off, but a little, I don't know, distant, it's because of this cold. It's killing me, man.
Yeah.
You don't get sick. So
you better take that A game.
Yeah,
You
well,
know.
you know what?
You know,
That
No.
ain't good.
But anyway, check us out. Definitely like the page on Feel Good Talk. And man, I mean, like I said, I had a great time today. And
Me too.
again,
Learned a lot.
Shana, yep, you always, every time you come on here, you always definitely bring it, and I love it. I love your spirit. I love how everything about you is awesome. So we clicked right away. Like I said, when I first met her, we clicked right away. We didn't even know each other. It seemed like I knew her for forever. So again, thanks for coming on again. And I just want to let everybody know we are on LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, also Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube, FGT, Mind, Body, Soul, and Fitness, and Instagram at Feel.GoodTalk. Just to let everybody know, coming in January, we'll be streaming to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. That's coming in January by way of Choice TV. So just letting everybody know what's going on. From there, we're going to be able to hit 80 million viewers worldwide or more. So again, this is a great time, to definitely check us out. And if you have anything that you would like to share as far as books, as far as any entrepreneurs, singers, everybody, authors, anything you have to offer, definitely get with us, and we'll definitely put you out there, because this is going to be a bigger platform, and we definitely get ready to get uncomfortable. I'm telling you right now, because that's a lot of people that we have to deal with. So again, in order to be great, like you said, we have to be uncomfortable, and that's what we're doing. So
that's true.
Again, a whole another ball game for us here at Feel Good Talk and Choice TV, and we can ready to take it to the next level. So it's going to be crazy. So definitely check us out. But again, anybody got any last words before we get out of here?
Just thank you guys. Thank all the loyal people that hit us up every week. We love your comments and your words, and you inspire us, and you keep us going. And every week, I'm going to a major TV studio to do this, because I'm just like, hey, hair, makeup, I'm on my mask, so I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah, it's important.
You never know who's watching. You never know.
You never know. Exactly. So again, we got some more comments out here. I don't want to forget them. I may have to skip a couple, but we got Dorothy Carter. She says, yes, love the jewelry she sells. Okay. She also she says amen, and we've been talking. She has some smiley faces. You're not gonna be able to see it there. And she also says, Mary J. Blige sings her pain. Yes, she does. Yeah. And she says, conversation awesome. Loved it. Hey, and we love the fact that you were here too, Dorothy, for your conversation as well. You know what I mean? So again, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. But
yes, appreciate everyone and whoever is watching the replay.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, you want to end your show, Jamilla?
I'm just taking everything in. We love you. We appreciate you. Shana, thank you for coming. Chuck, thank you for blessing us with some eye candy. The ladies will definitely love that.
Try do a little something.
We always want to make you feel good. Mind, body, soul, business, feel good talk. Yes, and what you say, Chuck? Peace.
Hey, don't forget to join us next week, same time, 3 p.m. on Sunday, right here on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. Jamilla J's Girl Talk. Talk to you next week. Peace. We out.
Thank you.